Welcome to the exciting world of podcasting, where ideas and charisma come alive. You are watching this because you've been asked to guest host No Time Like Joe Time with me, Joe. I've asked you to join me because I thought you'd be a great guest host, or because I'm really desperate for hosts, Matt. I'm here to tell you how the episode goes and what to expect when you do a podcast with me. So buckle up your socks and get ready for adventure. Oops. So there are kind of three stages of the podcast. You just saw the first one, which every opening I open with a bit. Something silly. I will almost always write a script for this, so you don't have to prepare anything. I'll send it to you in advance, and I always will feel free to have creative input and ad lib however you want. So usually it's at the expense of me, which I enjoy. So yeah, I'll do a quick real introduction, like, hey, welcome to Joe Time. Then we do that clip, and then you saw the opening I have for the podcast, and then we go in for real. So basically we start off just having conversation. I will typically lead the conversation. We'll just kind of talk about some things, and usually we have a little bit of time before we start the podcast so we can kind of, hey, I just want to catch up and talk with you for a little bit, but then also just to kind of get a good sense of where we're going to go. So typically we do 2 clips, and I will send you the clips beforehand. Like I said, I've asked all of this on the messenger or however I contacted you, that, either you can pick an episode or a show, or I can pick 2 clips. So like I said, we'll pick 2 clips. Usually I tend to go towards the humorous, but we've definitely done more serious shows too. So it's pretty wide open. So we'll talk for a little bit. We'll talk about the history we have with the show. So for example, I talked about the history I have with The Simpsons, where I grew up with The Simpsons, my family bonded over The Simpsons, so forth. There's been some shows I never seen it until we started doing the podcast, and that's okay. We'll just say that. And then we'll watch a clip and talk about kind of what we took out of it. So I'm going to show you an example of a clip we've done in a podcast and kind of a rough idea of what the discussion was. So in this, we were talking about not taking yourself so seriously, and we took a clip from The Simpsons. So here it is.
Sideshow Bob has no decency. He called me Chief Piggum. Now I get it. Good.
So that's it. That's definitely one of the shorter clips. We've had longer clips too. I think the longest is about 2 minutes. But after we watch that, we might talk about, oh my gosh, that was really funny. But then we kind of go into, for that, we were talking about, for me, I don't like to take myself so seriously. And if I own stuff, whether mistakes or things about that, I can get people to laugh with me. Sometimes we'll have 2 clips that are similar. Other times we have 2 clips that are kind of different points of view. So for that episode with that clip, the second clip we watched was about Homer taking a joke too far. So we kind of had this contrast of, learning when to laugh, but then also knowing when things are going too far. I will always send you the clips ahead of time, and I'll kind of let you know what my thoughts are behind it. But again, I want this to feel like a free flow conversation. If you get different things out of the clip, that's okay. We'll talk about it. That's definitely happened before. So we'll watch the 2 clips, and then towards the end, I ask every guest 3 questions. It may vary a little bit depending on the genre of clip, but usually we've done humorous clips. So I'll ask, which clip did you think was the funniest? Which clip did you learn the most from? And if we had to do a deep dive, which clip would you want to do that deep dive with? And then at the end, if there's anything you want me to promote for you, or if you're open for people to find you on social media, we can plug that. Uh, Totally don't have to do anything with that. We can skip that part. A couple technical parts. I am going to be putting these on YouTube as well. So just so you know. And then for like technology, don't worry if you don't have anything fancy. That's totally fine as long as you have a quiet space. I have a software that enhances audio, so not too worried about that. And yeah, that's about it. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. And seriously, I really appreciate it. I have only been asking people who I genuinely want to talk to. So thank you.